So, guys, it finally happened. Zach Lavine is being traded. Zach Lavine, after all of these months, ever since the first time that we thought he was going to be getting moved back in, November 2023, is now on the move. He is going to the Sacramento Kings, of all places, where DeMar DeRozan is currently playing. It's almost as if the Kings didn't watch the Bulls and how they were last season. This is actually a pretty bizarre trade on the part of the Kings. However, they are getting a ton of draft capital. And quite frankly, I'm shocked now seeing the details come through from Shams Charania, which, by the way, I'm reacting to this in real time. The full trade, De'Aaron Fox, the Spurs are getting De'Aaron Fox and Jordan McLaughlin, while the Kings are getting Zach Lavine, 3 first-round picks, and then the Bulls, Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, and their own 2025 pick that they obviously owed to the San Antonio Spurs, that pick being top 10 protected. What bothers me about this trade, as it relates to the draft capital, the Bulls were already going to be keeping that pick. We had talked about this before. As they currently stand, being the bottom 9 in the standings, and the Sixers, by the way, are making strides in the right direction. As they currently stand, they had a 97% chance of keeping that pick. Now, that would have deferred to next season, then it would be top 8 protected in the 2026 draft. So obviously there's, a problem in terms of the Bulls needing to be able to keep that pick, because eventually it would convey. But they were already going to be able to keep that pick based on where they are on the standing. So to me, being able to retain that pick, that was the biggest piece that you got in this trade. I'm not a huge fan of it. Granted, they're getting off of Zach's contract, which I guess is good in a way, but then when you look at the actual salary between Kevin Huerter and Zach Collins, they're not expiring deals. They still are getting money going into next season, which I think is around $18 million for Zach Collins, probably $17 million for Kevin Huerter off the top of my head. I believe Trey Jones is an expiring contract. I think it's around $9 million. So you're saving from a salary perspective a bit, but it's not that much. I would have expected more from Zach Lavine, especially with the way that he's been playing for a pick that you were already likely going to keep. I don't know. I'll have more details about this in the coming days. Probably not even coming days, most likely tomorrow, because we're still receiving details on this trade as it's breaking right now. Shocking. After all this time, I kind of anticipated that for some reason the Bulls would actually keep Zach Lavine through the end of this year. I thought Vucevic was going to be the only piece that they were going to end up moving prior to the deadline. And Zach's going to Sacramento, which that in and of itself is going to be a very, very interesting feat. The biggest thing is De'Aaron Fox is actually going to San Antonio. That's sort of the biggest breaking news in all of this, right? The biggest name, De'Aaron Fox, everyone thought that he was going to be staying with the Kings, and then as of just a few days ago, it was escalated pretty quickly that the Kings are now actually open to moving him, and he's going to the place that he wanted to go, or reportedly wanted to go, in San Antonio, to be paired up with Victor Wembanyama. I'll also have more details on that trade on my NBA channel as well, so check that out. But what a crazy time in the NBA right now after the breaking news of Luka Doncic getting traded to now De'Aaron Fox. This is making out to be a very, very interesting NBA trade deadline, and we're still, 3-4 days away from the actual deadline itself. So let me know what you guys think. I'm still processing myself. Let me know in the comments.